Okay, what we do? We are working on data migration, right? Yes, we are working on data migration. We had looked at the programmatic way of moving data from a file into the SAP system. We had tried mapping method. We had tried some call transaction session. Different approaches using which we could upload the content of a file into the ABAP program. Okay. So what we will, sorry, into the SAP system. What we will try today or we'll do today is we'll use a tool provided by SAP to achieve the same task. Okay, we'll use a tool provided by SAP to achieve the same task. What is this tool? This tool is named as LSMW. The tool is referred to as LSMW. The transaction code for the tool is also LSMW. LSMW stands for Legacy System Migration Workbench. Legacy System Migration Workbench. That is what LSMW stands for. So what SAP noticed during its initial days of implementation was that one of the most repeatedly performed or one of the most repeatedly carried out task during implementation is data load. Okay, data load is one activity that occurs almost compulsorily for all the implementation. See, when you are moving to SAP, it is almost or it is mandatory to move your existing data into SAP. So it's a compulsory activity that has to happen. Okay, so every single project that goes for implementation or every single client of SAP which goes for implementation ends up picking up or writing conversion applications or conversion programs. So this is the reason why we always say ABAPers will never become extinct, because he is needed for two activities: one, writing conversion programs, and the second for designing and developing forms. No matter however standard you use SAP system, without doing any modification, without enhancing anything, still conversions and forms have to be done. So ABAPers are needed. Okay, so you cannot actually do an implementation without ABAPers or getting rid of ABAPers. So LSMW was one nice try. Okay, LSMW is a tool which basically helps upload data into SAP without doing any programming. So it is generally used by the functional consultants to quickly upload the data from the file into SAP. Okay. LSMW, it's a simple tool. So make sure you are recording this session. There is nothing programming going on here today. It will be just a series of steps that needs to be followed in order to achieve the execution of the tool. Okay, LSMW, Legacy System Migration Workbench. It will allow you to migrate, it will allow you to upload the contents of a file and post it into SAP. It uses the same techniques that we have learned: call transaction method, session method, or basically BDC method, batch input method, direct input method, mapping method, IDOC method. Some 3-4 methods are available using which you can post the data that you have read from a file into the SAP system. Okay. So to begin LSMW, it starts off with project, subproject, and object. This is basically a mechanism to group your developments. You can have one project, multiple subprojects inside it, and each subproject can have multiple objects inside it. It's basically for grouping up the developments together, LSMW developments together. But one key point that we should always remember while working with these things: whenever you try to release a development, the entire project is released. It's only the project which is attached to the transport request, not the sub-project or object. So when you release the transport request, the entire project, all the sub-projects underneath it and all objects underneath it will get transported. Okay, you cannot only transport one single object or something. Everything will get transported. So it's a choice. Sometimes for every development we will create individual projects, sub-project and object. Sometimes we group them together. All the related developments will be in one project. All the FI related developments will be in another project. You go that way also. The project, sub-project and object. So let me give some name for my project. I click on execute. So you can see a series of steps are listed over here. It is these series of steps that needs to be executed or performed in order for the LSNW to execute. The first step is maintain object attributes. So here you can see different methods of uploading data is available. Batch direct input, batch input recording, business object, IDOC method. 4 methods. Direct input, batch input recording, BAPI method and IDOC method. These are the 4 different methods that are available for uploading the data. Okay. So let us start with recording method, something we are commonly used. Okay, we have earlier done the recording using the SHDB transaction. So the SHDB recordings will not be available here. You need to record the transaction separately for LSNW. So go to recording overview, create a recording. So it will ask name for the recording. What is the T code that you want to record? MM01. Uploading the material master group. MM01 is what I want to record. Execute. It will run MM01. Okay, it has run MM01. Material number, industry sector, material type. Click on select view. Basic data. description and base unit of measure. Okay, so now you see the recording is completed. It is very similar to how we did that recording in SHDB. The fields are coming, the values are coming. Now this recording is my destination. The data that I read from the file, I need to push it through this recording into the system. So the recording is my destination. I need to get the destination field names. So here I have to populate the names. What I can do, I can select the field, double click on it and give the names of my destination field, or else I can click on default. It will pick the default name, pick default all. It will pick default names for all the fields. Save it, back. So now this recording becomes my destination. Back. Now here I will pick up the recording and save. So the first step I have selected, batch input recording method is what I am using. I have given the recording also. Next. Now you see the number of steps have reduced depending upon the method of uploading you have selected. You have selected batch input recording method. Next one, maintain source structure. Execute. Change. Source structure. Source structure is nothing but the structure of the input file, the file and the fields that are going to come. Maintain source field. Select the structure and define the fields. What are the fields that are coming in the file? Matter, character 18, DRSH, character 1, character MEKTX, character. So knowing the length of the fields is very important. If you don't know the length of the field, go back to the data dictionary, identify individual fields, go to its data element and see and figure out its length. Do not give incorrect length. Length is very, very important. The fields, if you give wrong length, it will read data incorrectly. Okay, length of the field is a very crucial activity. Save your fields. This has become my source field. Save. Back. Maintain structure relation. Now the source and the destination has to be linked. So there's only one source and there's only one destination, that is our recording. So it's by default linked. You don't have to do anything, just save it. Come back. Maintain field mapping and conversion rules. Individual fields of the source and the destination have to be mapped. Okay, so select the field, click on source field, select MDRSH source, MDRSH. Okay, actually there is a utility to do this. Auto field mapping. You can use auto field mapping. If the field names are matching, it will automatically map. We'll try it out in some other time. MTART, MEKTX, MEINS. So two fields we are not able to populate. One is a checkbox. It's a constant, it's a fixed value. So I can give fixed value to it. Checkbox will have a constant X, and then general item category also going to be having a constant value. Save it. There is a field mapping. Back. Then maintain fixed value translation, user defined routines or anything you want, you can maintain it here. This step is not needed for us. Go to the next step. Specify file. We need to mention the file. Where is the file? The file is where? It is on the front end, on the application server. Where is it? The file is on the PC front end. Select legacy data on the front end, click on create. Give the file path. Material.txt. Give a name to the file. What kind of file is ours? Ours is a comma separated file. This is very important. Make sure that you mention the separator correctly. It's a comma separated. Save the step. Assign file. The file needs to be assigned to the source structure. So assign file. Select the source structure, and you can see that there is only one source, so the file is by default assigned to it. Save it. Read data. Okay. Read data. So let us execute. So what it will do? It will read the contents of the file. See, it has read the contents of the file. 2 records were read. Blah 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 blah. Next step. Display read data. You get check the data that has been read. It is correct. You see LSNW underscore so and so n effort sample blah blah blah. These are the data. These are the fields. These are the values that have come into the field. Perfect. Next stage, convert data. Now the source data is to be mapped to the destination fields. That's the next stage, convert data. So data has been converted. Display converted data. There it is. So GREC is the recording. Okay. And material blah 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 blah. All the data has been mapped to the respective fields. Next, create a batch input session. So it will create a batch input session. Execute. So one batch input session with the 2 transactions have been created. Run the batch input session. It will take you to the transaction SM35, where you can manually process your session. Select your session and say process. Okay, processing foregrounds of it. It will process. Next page. So the transaction has been processed, blah, 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 blah. So what we have done, we have uploaded the data from the file and posted the data into the system without actually writing any ABAP program. Right? That is why I said it is a tool. It's a tool used by the functional owners to upload the data into the SAP system. Okay, when you do not want to do a lot of pre-validations or post-processing errors is not needed to be handled. The data load is pretty straightforward and simple. These are times when we go in for using tools like LSNW. Allow the users to quickly and fastly upload the data into the system. Okay. So we have tried one of the method which was batch input recording method. Let us try batch input or let us try direct input method. And keeping the project and sub-project same, only the object I change. What I will do, I will go for direct input method. So for direct input method, what is direct input method? Standard SAP program is available. We are utilizing that program. So for material master data, see some standard program is there. RMDAT IND, this is the standard direct input program provided by SAP. Do not try to write your own programs over here. Okay, SAP has provided some standard programs to upload certain standard master data as well as transactional data. Use those programs. Don't try to be innovative and write your own programs. Okay, so let's save the approach. Maintain source structure. So this is all same steps. Maintain source fields. This is your source fields. Maintain structure relationship. Now, Your destination is having lot of structures. This is because you are using the standard program. So many structures are there. So we don't need all these structures. You take only few batch input structure for session data, material master transaction data, material master main data. This is enough. These three structures we will take: country data, forecast data, all those things are not. If you are populating everything related to material, then all the structures have to be used. These three structures itself will give you plenty of fields. Maintain field mapping and conversion rules. So you can see there is a huge list of fields that are available coming from these structures. So key code. Let us use that auto field mapping. Auto field mapping. So edit all target fields, only edit initial, okay, blah, 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 blah. So select accordingly, apply move rule with confirmation. So matching fields it will take. Proposal 1. Okay. So MATNR with source MATNR. MBRSH with the source MBRSH. MTART with source MTART. MEINS with source MEINS. MAKTX with source MAKTX. So all the source and destinations are mapped. Okay, otherwise you will have to spend a time searching. Apart from these fields, two more fields needs to be populated for direct input method. Okay, I know them because I know them. One is transportation group, another is material group. Okay, so transport, these are mandatory fields for this program. You select transportation group, give some constant there. And one more is material group. MATK. Some crap value we are giving. Save it. So save the field mapping. And here the steps are same. Specify file. Legacy data on, and then so comma separated file. Save and back. Assign file. Save and back and read data. Oh shit. You have to go back to read data step and the materials are saved. I'll repeat the read data step. Display the data. Okay, 64 and 60. Convert data. Display converted data. Okay, so you can see into different structures, it is populating the value. Wherever it is not having any value, it is putting backslash as blank character. For the rest of the field, it is backslash. Convert data. There is the and start direct input program. I will execute the program. RMDAT select it, execute it. So where is your file? Using logical file? No, using physical file. So this is the file which LSNW has created. Okay. Execute. Working online. Okay, execute. Valuation at plant level something functional. So transactions completed 2, number of transactions with error 0. There are no log errors. Okay. It will create an application log basically. It's a direct input program. Has executed the program and it will create a log with all the messages. Okay, no report output and application log. Both the transactions were processed. The material has been created. The plant data is not there. That is a warning it is given. But otherwise, the material has got created successfully. Here is the application log. The standard program is generated something called application log. There is a second approach of posting the data using the direct input method. So we have looked at two methods. One is the recording method, which is common to us. We have done before also. This is the direct input method where we have used the standard direct input program to post the data. Okay. Let us try one more. Let us try the BAPI method. That is also something which if you're going back, you need to do some settings. IDOC inbound setting has to be done. Okay, one file port and one partner type has to be mentioned. Don't worry what this is. When we are dealing with cross application, we will discuss this in detail. What is a file port? What are partners? What are partner types? And where do we need it? And okay, these things are needed for your BAPI recording method or BAPI method because in LSNW the BAPI will not directly use the function module from SE37. It will create some IDOC and create a BAPI IDOC. So it needs these things. Okay. And maintain it. Back. Maintain object attributes. And select business object. I have to mention the business object. So BUS 1001.006. This is the business object which we used. The method. What is the method? Save data is the method. Now is it the message type? It should come automatically. Okay, so the business object, the method, and the message type and the basic type related to the BAPI is mentioned. As I said, it is not using the BAPI directly. It will create internally an IDOC and then run. It's a bit complicated. Save it. Some partner profile has been generated some places, that's fine. To maintain source structure story remains the same. Maintain source field. Maintain structure relationship. Oh, now this is the destination structure. So what are the fields we need to populate? Head data we need. Mara we need. Mara X we need. Where is description? Material description. So these are the structures we need. So save it. Maintain field mapping. You cannot run auto run also this time because the names are different in the back. Material. We have to manually do it. Material is mapped to MAT now. Industry sector. MBRSH. Material type. MTART. Basic view has to be picked. You remember the BAPI population. Basic view is not available. It's a constant view. Basic view X. That. Base unit of measure. The Mara X also base unit of measure should be given a constant X. That's all. So we have populated 4 of the fields. Material description is missing. Language. English. Material. This language is very important. Don't underestimate it. You have to pass the language. It's one of the key fields. Material description is mapped to MAKTX. So save your field mapping. Back. From here again same story. specify file, then legacy on front end, create, provide the file name, comma separated file, save, and back. Assign file to the source, there's only one source, so it's automatically assigned, save, and read data, read the contents of the file. Exit. Display read the data. Okay, so there is the input data. Convert data. Now the source data is mapped to the destination fields of the BAPI. So that is done. Display converted data. You can see the converted data. Okay, so material header data, it has populated. Looks to be good. Start IDOC generation. Now it will generate IDOCs out of it. Execute. Execute. Okay, so the IDOC has been generated, blah blah blah. Start IDOC processing. So two IDOCs have been created. See, the material is getting created, that is why it is breaking. These breakpoints are inside create material process. So you can see application document posted. The status is green. So it's obvious, it is clear these IDOCs have worked successfully and it has posted the data into it. Okay, so I know the BAPI method was a bit confusing, but don't really have to be worried about it. Once you become comfortable with IDOCs and all, you will soon understand that this is a very straightforward approach of posting the data into SAP. Okay. That is how the BAPI method works. So in the BAPI method also, the use is more on a IDOC rather than the BAPI itself. Only the structure of the BAPI is used. So commonly this LSNW is used by functional consultants using the recording method. I have seen them using because recording method is what they are comfortable with. They will always know to run transactions, so they will record their transactions and try to run the LSNW. Very popular with functional owners, not that popular with ABAPers because an ABAPer's role is not there much in LSNW. If you go to maintain field mapping and conversion rules, this is one place where ABAPer has some role. You can introduce ABAP programs over here. You can write some program logic over here if you want. You can define rules, you can introduce program logics over here. Change the layout to show processing time, suppose if I take processing. See there at the beginning of processing, end of processing. These are points where you can introduce ABAP programs. That means you can introduce program logic, write some logic. But beyond a certain, see what maximum logic you can write is some extra validation, some additional validation. This is all that you can write in LSNW. Okay, you try to make it too complicated. LSNW in itself is running a big program to post your data. In between you go inside and try to tweak in, write some big logic out there, becomes a mess. You have to write really complex logic, write a conversion program. Why mess up LSNW? Okay, LSNW has a purpose. It is a tool which is used for uploading the data into the SAP system. The tool has to be used in its genuinity as a tool. And don't try to, people try to do that. Okay, out of experience, people try to do that. What they try to do, try to introduce too complex logics into LSNW. Makes a mess out of LSNW. Okay, you may understand what you have written, another person supporting it will not understand, then too much of maintenance issues, all kind of problems. Okay. So avoid using LSNWs. Therein lot of program logic has to be brought in. Okay. Personal opinion. I don't say that it cannot be done. It can be done as I showed you. You can write. I can introduce program logic in each of these points. Beginning of processing. Okay. We can introduce program logic. Data MV underscore temp. Type I. It comes up over there. See? We can introduce program logic. The purpose should be clear. Some validation, something like that you do. This basic rule is not enough. Here direct mapping I am doing. I am taking matter and mapping to material. I don't want it like that. I want some additional logic to happen. So some additional logic. Read the data, fetch data from database. Okay, imagine that there is a conversion table in SAP that is maintained. Whenever a plant comes from the legacy system, I have to go to the conversion table, read the plant from the legacy and find the corresponding SAP plant and map it. It's a logic to be done. So then here you can write that logic. I will write a logic. Select single. Something like this we can do. Okay, additional logics are being added. So that additional logic will come up over here. See, for these kind of purposes, you can always introduce program logics inside the LSNW. Where it is done in the field mapping step. Maintain field mapping step. Program logic. That is as far as LSNW is concerned. LSNW is a tool used for uploading data from the legacy system into the SAP system. Okay, it allows us to map and load data from the file without writing or without introducing much of a program complexities. That's the key idea. Okay. Okay, so that is as far as your data migration is concerned. So in our next session, what we'll do is we'll start off with forms. We'll start with SAP forms, scripts and forms. We have two things to look at. SAP script is one and smart forms are one. Okay, so the next 2-3 sessions we will spend time on that, SAP scripts and smart forms. Once we are done with script, we will be left with only two more topics. One will be enhancements and one will be cross application. So 3 topics. Enhancements, cross application and object oriented ABAP program. It's also an important topic. Okay. We want everybody to be exposed to OOABAP. OOABAP is extensively being utilized in ABAP. So we should be exposed to it. It should not be Greek and Latin for us. It should we expose you to object-oriented aspect. So tomorrow you want to move to WebDyn Pro, you want to attend a training program in WebDyn Pro or anything more complicated in our new things in our object-oriented programming is a must. Okay, so you should get hands-on on object-oriented programming, become comfortable in it. Pretty same. Anybody who has come from Java programming background can pick up ABAP objects just like that. Okay then, so let me end the session here. We'll continue with form development in our next class. Okay?
Okay, Shiva.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks.
Yep.